Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building. Let me get this music off. You know what it is? Vader Games in the building. Vader Games TV episode. This is Centurion Mark. Episode 100. And let me first apologize. A couple minutes late getting to the studio and getting everything set up. I want to appreciate everyone for being patient with me and the show going live. Let me say this. This is the newest episode, the 100th episode. And on the 100th episode, it would be amazing. Let's make this the 500 sub day. I'm 10 subs off from 500. All right, 10 subs off from 500. Let's make that happen on the 100th episode. And let me also do this. First things first, my peoples come first. And my peoples, those still here today, those that have passed, always thought of, always remembered. I want to show mad love to those that have been a part of this journey. I'm at 490 subs. Each and every one of you are appreciated. The 10 that helped me get to 500 and beyond will be appreciated as well. But my day ones, I always got to shout you out, my peeps. And you see on the tweets when I shout out True City Fan, Patrick, Gundalorian, Carl, Pitch Points is his channel. When I shout out Mancunian Way, Martin, and when I shout out Klilnical, when I shout out Adam, those day ones, when I was just getting this show off, this channel off the ground, they mad support. And again, the friendships being made on Twitter X, on YouTube, the collabs, the features, always appreciated. I don't do a good job of self-promoting. I don't put my channel live in the group chats, which I should do routinely, but hopefully all of you that mess with me are doing that yourselves, and you're commenting, you're hitting that like button, you're subbing. And I always shout out the very first comments within the show, those that show the respect. But let me do this. Let me remind you, if you're new to the channel, these are the topics I'm going to go over. All right. In addition to the topics, I'm also going to deal with, and because I need to do this for myself, I need to make sure that I have my timer on board so that I stay legit. I stay legit with how I cover. I didn't mean to do that. With how I cover these topics. So let me move this to the top, and you see what's going to happen here. Let me do this. Now, if you happen to be watching on Twitter X, I need you to do me a favor. Go over to the YouTube app. Go to the YouTube app. Type in Vader Games TV. Find me. Hit that sub button. Hit that like button. Drop a comment. Interact. I believe you can interact on Twitter X as well, so you can do the thing. All of these topics are going to get discussed. Toughest title race city chasing history. This is why this show had to happen. It's not getting spoken about. It's not getting talked about enough. This is the toughest title race. Yes, there's 3 horses in this race, but it's the toughest title race because it's chasing history. It's chasing a 4-peat in the Prem. Haven't seen this. In our lifetime, we haven't seen this. As a City fan, I can't even expect to see this again in my lifetime. All right? No, there's no guarantees on success. Despite what you may hear from United and Liverpool fans, there's no guarantee that you should be here, that you need to remain here, that once you're here, you stay here. Arsenal going on 20 years since they've won a title. United on 10 years. Liverpool in the Prem waited 30 years. Listen, there's no guarantees on this. And this chasing history, this 4-peat, we're close. We're close. We're third in the standings right now, game in hand. Couple games happening soon. Brighton, Nottingham Forest, tough games. But before I talk about all of that, be a part of the show. Be a part of the show. I don't necessarily need to follow these topics as they run, as they're described. You can be a part of the show. You can interact. You can share a comment, and you can get involved. Now, let me also say this. Listen, I've been asked this question before, and I'm going to address it. What's with the orange, Vader? What's with the, why is your color scheme on the orange side? My alma mater, all right? No, this is not San Diego. This is Syracuse University, SU. So this is why I got the orange. This is why I got the orange. This is why I got the theme. All right. Obviously, it differentiates myself from some of the other channels, but this is my thing. Orange. All right. I bleed orange. Syracuse orange. Now, these topics. These topics are going to be covered 5 minutes apiece. I'm going to keep this show as concise as I can. And let's do the math real quick. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 topics, 5 minutes a topic. All right. This show should flow. I want to keep it flowing. I'm also going to shout out the very first showing love today in the channel with the comment. Happens to be Zane. Zane, big up Vader. Zane, listen, I know you're a Liverpool op, but it's love anyways. It's love anyways. Thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for interacting. We're going to get into these topics. If you happen to disagree that this is the toughest title race, let me know. If you happen to agree, say Vader, you're on point again. Yes, I happen to be on point a lot. And also, chasing history isn't easy. Chasing history is actually stressful. So when some of you, with your content creation, talking about the league, talking about fixtures, you got to take all those things into account. Right? There's the mental aspect with regards to sport. And I'm also going to deal with some spoiled brats. And then, yeah, I'm talking to spoiled brats that happen to be Liverpool fans, that happen to be United fans, that happen to be Arsenal fans, that happen to be City fans. We're gonna talk about, and I tweeted about this. We're gonna talk about winning. We're gonna talk about sport. There's no guarantees. There's no expectations that what you do demands that you win. And I'm seeing it a little too much with my fan base. Yeah, we have a fantastic manager. Yeah, we have fantastic players, and yeah, we've had an amazing string of successes. But this is sport. This is a game. This is a competition. There's the ops on the other side. You can actually play very good, near perfect, excellent, but the opponent happens to be better on the day. Or where you make the mistake and where the opponent takes advantage is the difference. There's too much, and shout out to my man Rax. There's too much post-game result now in hand analysis. You lost the game, therefore you did something wrong, right? You lost the game, therefore your manager made a complete mistake. You lost the game, therefore your players are bums. Sometimes on the day, the opponent happens to be better. Sometimes on the day, just the drop of the ball, the reaction to 50-50, right? Look at the goal that Trossard scored. That's no design play. That's no excellent setup from a manager or player playing excellent positional play. That's reacting. That's the sport. I'm gonna talk about that as well. Shout out to my man StaffyTV in the building. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I was on a show yesterday. I did a feature appearance on that, and I do it weekly. We actually did a bonus last week because of how things went out. But Staffy goes, please place yourself in the cell and turn that timer on. Listen to this guy. I don't do the cell thing. All right, Staffy, I don't do the cell thing. That's over in America. That's America Waffle. I will start the timer. This is just the intro. All right, but shout out to you. Appreciate it. And again, if you haven't liked, I'm not in YouTube Studio. Do I need to do? All right, let me go into YouTube Studios and I hate doing all this stuff, man. I should just be interacting with you guys. I shouldn't have to look to see where my likes are at, reminding you guys to help, help grow this channel. Shouldn't have to do all that, but I'm gonna do it anyways. In this generation, it's all about repeat. You got to repeat. You know what I mean? So you got to say things 5, 6, 7 times, just like commercials, so it seeps in. I'm gonna do that right now. Let me see. Let me go to this. I'm gonna start the timer just now, Staffy. Relax. All right. Let me also say mad love to the American Waffle crew. Jacob, hurry back, man. I know you got to deal with it. Your newborn, new edition. Handle your business, but hurry back. Last night's show and the show before, The show before I had to hold it down solo almost. Last night's show, Staffy was on point, Marshall was on point, TJ and Mike Daz, fraudulent as always. But we need you back for balance. We need you back for balance. Now, also, StaffyTV. Let me see how do I do this as well. All right. The funny thing is, do you know my two very first mods on this channel? Maybe this is disgraceful. Maybe this is actually disgusting. But my very first two mods on this channel happen to be ops. StaffyTV, United fan. TJ, that fraud, actually timed me out on Sunshine's channel. The very first time I've ever been timed out anywhere. TJ Warner, TJ Warren TV. Go and subscribe. I made him a mod as well. Two huge mistakes, I believe. But let me go to the comments again. And let me get this show popping. Timer. Staffy respect. He says like and sub, share the vid. Marvin, my man. What's good, Vader? Marvin, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about what's good. And you know what? Despite being third in the standings, I'm gonna talk about how the season's kind of playing out, the remaining games, and where things net out. TJ goes like, smashed, and have a fantastic show. Appreciate that, TJ. And you do your thing on Flawless. I believe I'm gonna do my thing on Thursday. Well-deserved mod. Hey, you deserve it. You deserve it. Big up, Vader. Fox Williams. You know what it is. TJ from Mod Privileges. Please, he won't appreciate it, just like he won't appreciate the win against Wolves. That is a fact. TJ and Mike Dawes, spoiled brats. Imagine being top of the league, and complaining, nitpicking, dissecting the smallest infractions, the smallest errors. Being so dissatisfied is absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting. Third of you watching right now, I'm not going to say that there should be 30 likes, but if you like what you're listening to, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, do the damn thing. Daniel, always good to see you, Vader. Daniel, thanks for being a part of the show and interacting with a comment. Mancunian Way. Afternoon, mate. Hope all is well. All is good. Hope all is well with you, family, and friends are all doing well. Let's get into it. All right. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And go. Boom. Timer's on. Now, Ops, you may not like to hear this, okay? So, Ops, you can choose to do this. Max, right now.
Can you earmuff it for me? We are going to get so...
Yeah. Put the earmuffs on. Quiet up. Quiet. You don't want to hear it. All right? Keep everything quiet for you. I'm proud of my team. And I want more for my club. I'm proud that we were able to compete at a very high level in the UCL versus Real Madrid. I'm proud of my team for having been labeled as favorites against Real Madrid, 14 UCL winners. I want more for my club because I would have liked them to have gotten past Real Madrid. But again, do I disrespect the UCL? Do I look at games? Do I look at fixtures and say, oh, I'm expected to win? I'm expected to win. No, that'd be absolutely ridiculous. Real Madrid, how they played, how they defended, made it extremely difficult. I'm exiting out of a penalty. Went to penalty shootout. But I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of the fight that we see. The thing where I'm saying I want more for the club is when we got new additions like Gavardiol, Doku, right? We got Nunez that joined the squad. We've got young players like Oscar Bob. I wanted them to get further in this UCL. I'm not saying that I wanted them I needed them to win it. Absolutely not. But I wanted them to get further. I wanted them to have that joy of beating Real Madrid. That would have been absolutely amazing. It didn't happen. But I'm proud. Is there any expectation for Manchester City to have been pursuing back-to-back three-peats? Sorry, back-to-back troubles? Three-peats on the brain. Can I be that arrogant? Can I be that confident to say that my club should be going for back-to-back troubles? I never once said the T word. I want to go one game at a time. Did I envision us getting past Real Madrid and playing in the semis, potentially playing against Bayern or Arsenal? 100%. So I'm proud of how the players played. I'm proud for how they fought. There's still other trophies to win. There's still other trophies to win. You see where I have right there, toughest title race, and I see my man Mancuniway Martin in the background. I'm gonna bring him forward soon. Toughest title challenge, chasing history. We're still chasing history. Chasing history in terms of back-to-back troubles. Whew, crazy. Almost world-ending, football world-ending results. Something where if it were to happen, and I'm funny why rivals didn't want more of this, kinda, tongue-in-cheek, because had we won back-to-back troubles, do you think Pep's sticking around? You think Pep is like, there's more for me to do? So it's not happening, but the chasing history is still possible because no one has won, and it's not technically going to be a double, but because we won the FA and the league last year, no one's ever won the league and the FA 2 years in a row. So we're still chasing history, and we're also chasing history because of this. Those of you listening, tune in, watch the channel, tune in to Vader Games TV on YouTube. I'm holding up 4 fingers. Still chasing history for a four-peat. Let me bring my man Mancuniway Martin. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please go and do so. His channel details are in this channel description. Martin Mancuniway, thanks for being on the show. How you doing, man?
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
Loud and clear. You sound great.
Good. Good afternoon, Vader. How are you? Everyone in the chat, good evening, afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world.
Nice. Showing love, Martin showing love. I'm talking about being proud of the team despite the exit to Real Madrid. Did you have any feelings other than pride for the club, or how did you feel after the UCL exit?
I've had nothing for pride all week.
Okay.
I basically nicknamed them the 11 Warriors. And then they have been Warriors. They were Warriors Wednesday night. They did everything. Yeah, missed chances. I can nitpick. But it's a real weird situation because I've looked at it very differently, the Real Madrid game. And I understand defensively we have to celebrate. Because listen, you celebrate defensive football. I understand that. But don't think I haven't noticed a narrative change.
Yeah.
Don't think I haven't noticed a narrative change. Because no one was celebrating Inter Milan and Jose Mourinho's football when they were all defending.
Yeah.
It was boring what they're doing. I remember Liverpool should have been given a Premier League trophy when they finished second because they played better football than Manchester City. And lo and behold, 2 or 3 years later, suddenly now we have to celebrate defensive football, which I think you should do. I think you should celebrate it. I've just noticed people have changed narratives.
Yeah.
Because it is Manchester City.
Of course. There's always a different standard. And I'm actually okay with it. I've accepted it. It's one of those where it's like, it's not going to go away. So let me just recognize it for what it is. Let me not overreact for when it happens. And I'll just make a point like you just did. I'll point it out and we move. I'm going to adjust what I have on screen here. I think toughest title race, city chasing history. I'm going to take that off the screen just for now. I'm going to bring it back as we speak on it. Those of you questioning and wondering why I've got this imagery right here, I had to point out this past weekend, and we're going to get into it. This past weekend, in terms of results, had City playing in in the derby. No, sorry, in the FA Cup, and it happened to be a semi. It's now resulted in us, and we'll talk about it now, going to play in a final, which will be a Manchester derby. But before we even go there, this game, I've got an image of Doku and Gusto. Now, I don't believe there's any Chelsea fans in the chat right now. You can have a chance to be a part of the show. You can interact. You can share your comments. I'm just sharing a comment right now from Daniel who goes, take your seat in the classroom, people, and smash the like button if you want to learn fluent treble, Professor Vader. Daniel, appreciate it. I do speak Trebelese. Trebelese, and shout out to Staffy. He's able to speak Trebelese as well. Martin, I don't stop. The education, the learning does not stop. I'm still in the classroom. I'm doing my studying on 4Pete. For Petish. Is it for Petish? I don't know. Maybe it's for Petish. It's Trebelese for Petish. But we're gonna speak on that. And I appreciate the comment, Daniel. Fox, Staffy, you're one of the real ones on the red side. Some of your fan base, geez, broski. Yeah. Fox, listen. Staffy has his moments. But in terms of consistency, he's on point. He's one of the real ones. I can't lie, and that's why we actually get along really well. Martin's actually showing love to Staffy as well. Fox, Staffy goes, thanks, Fox. I don't claim those clowns in our fan base. Oh, you know what? On another show, Staffy, you'll have to call them out in the private chat. Not like this, but you'll have to call it out. Because I believe there's a lot of clowns. And this is actually part of my tweet. United.
You've got the biggest clown leading the way.
United are absolute comedy right now. Absolute comedy. And the biggest comedian clown, initials MG, is all I'm going to say.
No, he's not. It's called Brent. If we're going to call him out, let's call him out.
I'm going to call him out based off of how most know him, though. Most know him based off of that.
Well, people fall for his narrative. They fall for his little act.
Yeah, but we'll get into
it. Mr. Mark Goldbridge, I'm the savior of football.
There we go. Clear. The name is clear. Name is clear. Now listen, I see 40 of you interacting. You're part of it. You're listening right now. If you're not on the YouTube platform, go ahead and do that right now. I'm not looking at the likes at all, but I'm asking, if you haven't yet, hit that like button. If you haven't drop a comment. This next topic right now, I think is going to trigger a few. And that's okay. I'm just getting this off my chest. So this is the show where I'm able to kind of like have a little bit of a diary. It's a little journal. I do this once a week. It's therapeutic. It's healthy, right? Now
I'm just reading the topics now. Sorry.
No, all good. So I'm going to start this one. And as I do this as a nice marker for those of you that may watch this later. Vader game. You're able to see, Vader hit that transition. So now I know it's a new topic. Here we go. Rivals clearly learn and understand the respect that Real Madrid showed City. Rivals, maybe some of you aren't at the level right now. Maybe some of you haven't had a UCL win. Maybe some of you haven't challenged for the league in a while. It's all possible. And you may, and again, if you're young, you may look and say, 20 years, that's a long time. 24 years ago, you think any of us thought that we would have won a treble? You think that any one of us would have thought that we would have won a three-peat? Time flies. And time flies and is appreciated when it's been not all roses, not all sunshines, not all rainbows, not all nice waterfalls. It's appreciated because things have been a battle. And yeah, I'll admit, to be able to live through an era where you have your greatest manager ever, you have some of the best teams performing in front of you, and you're able to not only win an FA that you were dreaming of, but then go on to win a league on goal differential to a rival in terms of Manchester United, to then go on and get another quality manager in Pellegrini to win another title, to then, again, one would say hit the jackpot, hit a dream come true with Pep coming to the team, coming to the club, and being able to do what we've been doing. We're witnessing some amazing things. And when you witness some amazing things, it's funny to me on how some fans take it for granted. Let's understand, we're at a point where We've earned this. And with regards to the UCL now, we've gotten to the point where we are actually favorites to 14-time winner Real Madrid. We were favorites in this tie. Real Madrid came to my house, the Etihad. Y'all call it the Etihad. Real Madrid came to my house, the Etihad. They said, Vader, I'm going to take off my shoes. Vader, where would you like me to sit? They showed the utmost respect based off of how they played against Manchester City. Real Madrid played what many want to say a defensive masterclass against Manchester City. Absolutely amazing. And the fact that we got that respect from them, City fans, I'm talking to all of you right now. We should expect that from everybody else. Let's not get irritated. Let's not be irked. Let's not think crazy like this is anti-football. It is what it is. If they think that their best chance at leaving our house in one piece is to play defensively, we need to accept that. We need to understand that. Now, I've said this. Martin knows. Pep, when I make my way over the pond, we're sitting down. We're meeting. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to chase you down when you're biking one night, but we're sitting down. We're meeting. And we're going to go over some things that we need to do differently when we're going to be experiencing these low blocks, these 11 men in the 18-yard box situations. But we can't get upset anymore. We're that good. We're that good that they have to play that way. Ancelotti himself said he played for pens. He said it himself. So I'm going to say, let's learn from the respect shown from Real Madrid. Let's accept it that we're going to get this from other clubs. If we happen to see Brighton set up defensively, if we happen to see Nottingham Forest set up defensively, it is what it is. Because when you have arguably the greatest club in the world, the destination for every footballer, play like that against us, why should anyone else do differently? Why should anyone else do differently? Martin, I don't know if you felt any other way. I don't know if you felt disrespected, respected, if you felt almost pride in how Real Madrid set up coming to the Etihad. What were your feelings on it?
I took it as a massive compliment. That they came and set up like that. Got to give Real Madrid the respect and the compliment back of they learned from last season.
Speak on that one. Yes.
They weren't going to come and get smacked 4-0 again. So they were very tight, very low block, got the goal. I said the first goal would be crucial because if Madrid got it, they can just go in and do the low block. If we'd have got the first goal, I think it's a different game.
Facts.
But the simple fact is we made an error. And we had to move on, and we tried our hearts out. We did everything we could, and we didn't get over the line. And story of the season and missed chances. People gone about our defence. Our defence has generally been out the way we've defended all season and last season.
You know, Mark,
people talk about defence
let me speak on this missed chances. Let me speak on this missed chances because this is what's kind of funny to me, right? We have our missed chances, but many want to say that we are one of the highest creators in terms of chances, right? And we'll miss our fair share. So when rivals want to complain about their missed chances, it's like, but it's part of the game. There's nothing that says that when you get a big chance, it is to be a goal. So when you have a club, a team like Manchester City creating as much and still missing chances, when you have a team, quote unquote, not as creative, not as clinical, and they miss chances, let's get some perspective. Accept it that this is the life of sport, right? It's funny to me when I listen to how there's so much overreaction to goals that don't happen or decision that may have gone a different way. It's easy when we're watching and whether you're in the stands or you're watching from TV, the angles, it's not FIFA. You don't see where the right decision is going to go. In the heat of the moment, you kind of have your peripherals, maybe you have your blinders, you're dealing with judging the ball, judging the pace of the player, judging as you're closing in on the net. There's too much overreaction in terms of not quote unquote.
There's been reaction all season, mate. There's been reaction, and not just by rivals, by some of our own fan base. It's that what happened. Let's have a look at the treble, for example.
Yeah.
We won the treble, but if you go back, we only started doing what we were doing from about late March, early April.
Yeah. Right.
Before that, the exact same criticisms were coming out. City are conceding chances. City are looking open. We got beat by Tottenham. We drew away at Forest. If you remember that Forest meltdown when we drew one each when Chris Wood equalised,
Yeah.
they were going insane.
Yeah.
But what we got is because we had that 2-month spell where we were unstoppable, it became the rhetoric, and that's how we played all season.
Right.
And that was not the case. City, and it's why I push back on this defensive stuff, is because we were conceding chances last season very openly.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody speaks about it because it got overshadowed by the treble. I'm very honest.
Yeah.
Until we came out of that Forest game away, we were not in a great span of form at that time. We were again missing chances. Go back and watch that Forest away game. We should have put 6 or 7 past them. Haaland missed an open net that he blazed over the bar. Foden 1-on-1 with the keeper, put it wide.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the exact patterns you are seeing this season was the exact pattern last season.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about it
What I don't
because
like,
the triple overshadowed it.
yeah. What I also don't like is when others take the point of peak performance or the heights of play or results and then use that to be the standard for everything moving forward.
You
Like,
know, yeah. The Bayern Munich and Real Madrid games, for example, last season, they were special.
yeah, and
That was not the norm.
But you can't hold on to special all the time. This is crazy, and I don't know. Again,
Thank you.
I've got an athletic background. There's when you coach in athletics and track and field in particular, you can't be at your peak level. Like you can't be running your fastest times constantly. Like there's a curve. It goes up and down. Maintaining that high level isn't consistent. It can't be consistent. You're not wired. You're not built that way. And it goes the same way for players now. It goes the same way for the club. Pep in particular, he does away with preseason. I know we kind of find it a little frustrated because we see other clubs that have 4, 5, 6 games in preseason getting their form. Pep's like, 2, give me 2. And even when he does, it's not even too much seriousness. And he takes the Community Shield as another kind of setup. Like he understands that to get this, to keep the mental intensity, to keep the physical intensity, it comes and goes. And when you want it to be there, it's at the latter stages when it's most important. So
yeah, we are not Tottenham. This is not win the first 10 games and we're going to win the league job.
Oh, you didn't.
Tottenham fans do that. No, I'm going to be honest. The point is, it's not how you start; it's how you finish.
Fair.
People. There's an old fable: the tortoise and the tortoise and the hare.
Tortoise in the hair. Yeah, I'm very familiar.
Nobody gets it. Nobody. You can go on your 15-mile sprint at the beginning. Well done, great. Let's see where you are April, May.
Yeah.
Because I know City will be there in April, May. And people forget we played 60-odd games last season. We're on course to another 60-odd games this year.
Yeah.
We've got the smallest damn squad in the league. Believe it or not, we have. Because, I'm sorry, I can't include 3 goalies and 4 youth academy players in the 22-man squad as we've got a youth squad.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That is a fallacy, this 2-11s we've got. Because we don't have 2-11s.
No, it's lazy. It's what they like to spew. It's, we can't compete with City because they have 2 squads that would start over any other. Yeah, it's just nonsense. Let me do this as we move on. Vader game. I see your comments. I got them started. We'll get back to it. I'm gonna keep the flow going. Chelsea and us in this FA semifinal. I got that image of Doku and Gusto. Lee Gunner, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting because it's about results, right? But you see what Doku's doing, Lee. I heard how you talked about my man. I said, give it time. Doku, any player coming to City year one, takes time. Takes time. Not only are you getting familiar with Pep's system, you're then getting familiar with the players that you need to interact and link with. And on that left-hand side, Doku had to get familiar with what Gavardio was going to do, new to the club. He had to get familiar with what he's going to interact, maybe with attack, with Holland, interacting with midfield with regards to Rodri, Silva, happened to be Kovacic, sometimes it was Foden, a lot of differences. Doku is a game changer. And there's a skill set that's important. And there's a skill set that I love the combination of between him and Grealish. I like that Grealish can keep you guessing with what he tends to do. And everyone says, we like what Grealish does. We'd like him to be a little more threatening in attack. Take that shot, Grealish. Make the defender have to cheat over, right? Make that defender have to cheat over to not give you that nice curl shot, maybe the far post. Take that, do that a little more. But the combination between what Pep's doing in terms of Grealish and Doku has been absolutely amazing. And Doku's actually, I believe he preferred to play on the right-hand side, but that's not his place right now. What we did in this game, off of tired legs, off of playing at, sorry, let me start this timer before some of you complain that I didn't start the timer. What he did coming on for Real Madrid, absolutely amazing. What he did coming on for Chelsea, absolutely amazing. And the pride is for the entire team, the entire club, the minutes that they had to put in against Real Madrid. Chelsea last played on Monday. They were rested. They actually should have taken a lot more advantage of us in this game. Chelsea had the extra rest. They should have smelt blood. They should have seen the tired legs. They did run on us. They did have opportunities, but they should have done even more of that. If I'm going to be critical of Poch in any way, it would have been like, try and run us to death. Try and run through that midfield as much as you can when you have possession, right? Make Walker possibly have to blow a tire. Make players have to chase back often. But he didn't do that. And I'm proud for how we were able to play against Chelsea. Chelsea's not easy. They've been making it to cup finals for a minute now. They made it difficult for Liverpool. Gusto in this image I had to put up because he got cooked. Gusto could not deal with the shiftiness, could not deal with the pace. He blew a tire. He had to say, I need off. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's nothing long-term or permanent. But with regards to keeping up with Doku, he wasn't up for it. I don't know. You actually went to the game, right, Martin? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, no, I was there.
What did you think of the atmosphere, and what did you think of how the players? Because you get to see the entire pitch. You see so much more than I do. What did you think of how the players played off of the tired legs against Chelsea?
I thought they were warriors. Yeah. Chelsea had the better chances, no doubt, and they were overrunning us at the beginning. But I genuinely thought we did really well on Saturday. Thought we played decent. Was we great? No. But I mean, you think on Doku? Totally agree. I think he's improved massively.
Yeah.
I still think at the moment he's better as an impact sub than he is starting right now.
Yeah.
And that's because I think no other team has got that weapon in their armour.
No.
Where for the last 25, 30 minutes, you can bring on a Doku against tired fullbacks.
And no one wants to see
change
that.
the perspective.
Yeah. No one wants to have to deal with that at the latter stages of a game.
I think, I would like to see Doku from the beginning, but I don't think you would have the impact you would have as a sub like you're seeing at the moment. That's just because fullbacks are fresh and they're ready to go, and they can sort of keep up at that point.
I'm gonna bring pitch points to the table real soon. Gunalori and Carl just now, but I want to also point out Pep's got that opportunity where he's like, Doku, cook early, and then we'll see the game through.
Oh, he's been amazing. He's improved so damn much because he's not a headless chicken now. He's making the right runs at the right time. He's playing the ball off at the right time. You can see the Pep coaching in him.
Yeah, and you could also see how these guys have kind of linked up. And I said this a few shows ago. I was like, and I joked. I said, I need KDB, I need Holland, I need Foden. You guys go out for dinner, get some vibes, share some drinks, get familiar with each other, know what's up, so that when you're on the pitch, you're all synced up. Doku in the same way. Doku knowing, you know what, if I shift this way, whether it's Holland, Alvarez, or Foden, okay, oh, I just saw him go by on his left. Here's where I can expect the pass. Oh, I just saw him shift and go by on his right. Here's where I can expect the pass. Pitch points, Gunnar, man, hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. You're always involved. I know you got a lot of football in your life. How do you want to speak on the Chelsea matchup in this FA Cup?
Hi, Victor. Good afternoon. Yeah, I have a cold from the weekend. 3 games. It's crazy.
Speedy recovery, man. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah,
honey, and lots of fluids.
I'm going to do that in a minute. The result, Chelsea FA Cup semi-final, was all about the result. You know, the funny thing is, I don't know if Martin is here or not, but you know, I had the luxury of watching the game after the results. So after my game, I came home, got some wines, watching the game. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. Okay, there were moments where you could tell they were tired and, you know, lacked some control, but I thought the game was actually quite good.
I agree.
You know, and this is what champions do. They overcome adversity. They fight through the challenges. They fight through the pain. They fight through the barriers, and they somehow get a result.
Yeah.
Even after a difficult week.
I thought it was, and again, I do this, and you guys may think I'm crazy. Those of you tuning in for the first time, if you haven't subbed to this channel, please do so. I'm 10 away. I'm 10 away from 500 subs. So let's make that happen. Like this channel, like this video, because it helps. It doesn't cost anything, but if you like this video, the magic of the algorithm, it goes out there. More people get a chance to see it. More people get the chance to interact. I tend to watch games twice. I watch the games obviously in the moment. My kids with me, we're yelling, we're screaming, we're enjoying things, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me emotion aside. Let me look at how City played, look at how Chelsea played, look at some of the matchups. Let me look beyond the ball. Let me look to see where movement's happening. And I agree. Like, despite the legs after Real Madrid and watching how the players played, I was like, okay, we weren't put under pressure that much. Now they had their breaks. They were running downhill on us a few times, but it wasn't how it felt the first time around. And I, like Martin said, and like you just said, they fought like champions. They fought like, we're not giving this away easily. They fought where now we're getting to this final. We got unfinished business. We're still mad about exiting in this UCL. We're winning this game, and I love the resiliency. It's now, and let me actually do this nice and clean. Vader game. It now means that the final is going to be a repeat, in a way, of last season, because it's going to be both Manchester teams in this FA Cup final. Did either of you watch the game against Coventry?
No, I didn't watch it. I was busy with the game, but Martin,
I watched it.
You watched it. Martin, what was your early reaction? 3-0 up, and what was your reaction tied 3-3?
3-0 up, you'd think United are home and dry. And then Coventry decided they wanted to play football. And the thing was, Coventry were very dangerous on the break. Very dangerous on the break. I think every time they had a breakaway, they looked like they were going to score.
Okay.
They were quick. They were brave. They had a go. They went into, I think for the first 30 minutes, they were scared. I think they were like, oh, we're sort of in Wembley here against United. What do we do? And then I think the halftime helped them. And I think they got the goal back. It gave them that belief. They got the second goal. And then it was all Coventry. And, you know, I felt for them so badly. It was offside, marginally offside, but it was offside.
Okay.
But, you know, to me, I felt for Coventry. I really did. I thought they were so exciting and thrilling to watch. But I just wish they'd have done, for the first 30, 35 minutes, I wish they hadn't have been so timid and scared. They looked like a rabbit in the headlights for the first 30, 35 minutes.
I hear that. And that's understandable. That's understandable. I think Manchester United are the most entertaining club of the season so far. I think I haven't watched many games, and shout out to Staffy. If I do happen to watch, I watch it with no sound and I sync it up to just listen to StaffyTV's commentary. So I'm not even listening to what the broadcasters are doing. I encourage all of you to do that. Staffy, you're still in the chat. I'm not sure if you are, but watch a United game. Tune in to some of your some of your preferred content creators if they're doing watch-alongs, and it is absolute gold. Absolute gold. It's absolute comedy. Comedy gold, Jerry. Gold, Jerry. United crumbling to Coventry. I think honestly, I think the sky blue, not quite our blue, but the sky blue might have traumatized them. Might have had some of those players revert to when they play us, because the comeback was crazy. Like you said, he was offside, marginal, but what a performance, what a fight. It leads into, I also want to say, the fact that they want to remove replay games out of the FA. Would you guys be opposed to all teams outside of the Prem that the game should be at their grounds? Would you guys be opposed to that?
If they do what?
If they have all FA games against opponents outside of the Prem to be at the away grounds, away from our grounds.
There's a revenue piece, right? That you have to think about, right? The biggest stadium gets more revenue, so they can get more of the pot. That's kind of the other angle. So if Coventry come to Man United at Old Trafford, then they get what, half of the 80,000 they fill the stadium. So it's a revenue aspect, especially now with no replays, right? That's another problem.
Yeah, there's the revenue side, but then you also look at like now the home crowd, the home experience. Yeah, I don't. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to kind of
Something had to go, Vader. Something had to go.
Yeah.
Something had to go at some point, because we're never ever. The players are playing far too many games now for me. Far too many games.
Yeah, well,
I mean, we're now in a point where the League Cup and the Champions League are going to be played in the same week. So teams in Europe are going to have to throw out the kids into the League Cup.
Yeah.
So, and that's because obviously we've got these extra games now in the new format of the Champions League. It's just something has to give, and I know some of the players were in favour of getting rid of replays. They had to. Something had to go.
Yeah. No, I understand the replay is going. I understand the replay is going. My question was, well, in turn, should it be advantage? Should it be home field advantage for the lesser team? But I also hear Carl's point now with regards to, well, maybe they would prefer the revenue that they get rather than maybe the performance boost that they might have for playing at home. I don't know. So maybe
I know the EFL have been at a meeting today regarding other things, and they spoke about money. So I suppose they've got to find a way of getting the money filtered down. I don't know how they're going to do it. The trouble is, it's the FA Cup. You still got to do the draws.
Yeah,
home and away. Don't get me wrong. It is not a good thing for I'd hate to use the word smaller clubs, but the smaller clubs down the football pyramid, who will lose out on that opportunity now.
Yeah.
But like I said, something had to give. But we're at breaking point now. We're going to be cutting 5 years off players if we're not careful. The way we're motoring them round.
Well, you know what? I have a theory on how the players are going to have to deal with this, or how clubs are going to have to deal with the added fixtures, and part of it may be a cultural change. Gunnar might disagree with this, but do teams get larger?
They have to.
Yeah, and then also culture-wise, do players also realize I can't expect myself to be a first team starter for every game of the year.
If we go to the example of the NFL, people laugh about this, right?
Thank you. I was thinking about it. Go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, they have what 50 something
53,
players,
53
53 players on the roster, and why? So someone gets injured, somebody goes and takes their spot. Almost, you can't play the first team fall season with the NFL, even though it's a shorter season.
Mm-hmm.
But the intensity, the physicality is so much that people just get burnt out. You can't. Only the quarterback, if he's lucky, can stay, injured for all season.
Right.
And even then, you have a second quarterback or maybe a third quarterback who doesn't get game time.
Yeah.
And it's part of the job. It gets paid for it, right? This is where we're ending up, unfortunately. There's
a conversation, and I'm gonna bookmark it. I'm gonna note it because this is actually something that's amazing breakdown that often happens on pitch points as well. But if we were to look at a standard squad, if we were to look at every possible fixture, and if it was even taking the count of agent talking to player and being like, listen, I know you want to play in the Manchester Derby. I know you want to play versus Liverpool, but this is a squad where we're going to need all of you ready to play all 60 plus games. So you know what? You're not a starter in said game, but it's going to be.
Let me give you an example. I'll give you a real example. So in the league we're playing right now, this is again, I learn from Pep every single day, everything I'm learning. I mean, every detail, the way he talks to the players, the encouragement, right? So we played 3 games this season, 3 very difficult games, right? Some of the toughest teams, and we have 9 points, right? Our next 2 games are 2 teams that are ahead of us. They've played the easier teams, kind of the bottom of the league. They've got 9 points. Okay. So if we win our next 2 games, all of a sudden, right, the coast is pretty much clear in terms of the level of competition. Yeah. So yesterday I told the kids, I said, listen, the next 2 games, some of you won't get game time. You just won't. Why? Because the level of competition that requires that we play the best players in the 11. But I can promise you this, that if you get us through the next 2 games, all of us together, fighting together, encouraging together, right? Yeah. You'll get game time for the next 3 games. And this is the conversation. Again, learning from what the manager's doing to have the squad to be able to compete and win things.
Yeah. No, I'm with that. And I like that frank conversation because we actually have to get away from this everybody gets a trophy type coddling and management. Correct. And you're dealing obviously younger players, but it's still it's still elite. It's still high performance. And for the kids to kind of understand that early, there's also nothing wrong with realizing I'm not at that level yet. My manager, my coach doesn't consider me to be the key guy for this match. So let me work on my game. Let me improve. And that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Now, let me say this. I hate saying it, but I got to say it. If you haven't hit the like button, do that. If you're watching on a different platform, go to YouTube. Find Vader Games TV. All right, find Vader Games TV. Look at my newest Why Always Me. This is episode 100. Episode 100, I'd love for this to be record likes. Make this record likes. I think my record likes is around 32. I think that's probably what I've gotten. Make that happen. Let's exceed that number. Right now, there's 53 of you involved. If 53 of you can hit that like button, amazing. If at least 10 of you are new subs, I've now hit the 500 mark in terms of the 500 sub mark, and then it's on and beyond. But this episode in particular, we've talked about how proud I've been, Martin Gunalorni have been of the team. We've learned and we're sharing that if Real Madrid are going to show this much respect to Manchester City, right? If they're going to go and get that goal early, lock down, defend for their lives, play on the counter, if they're going to do that, what should we expect from any other club out there? Right? This is Real Madrid. And Chelsea should have taken a little more advantage of us. We had some tired legs. We got the result. We're now into another final, and that final is against Manchester United, a derby FA Cup final. Huge. Will it be memorable like last season? No, because who can expect another 13-second goal from Gunalorian? I say Gunalorian from Gunnigan. But we got some special players nonetheless. We got some new memories that can be created with the players that we have. And we have a chance, if all things play out right. Currently, we're third in standing, so there's a conversation there. But if all things go out right, we can have won the league and we could be pursuing an FA Cup. Let me go to the comments real quick. So this is going back a while, but Marvin goes, do you guys think the KDB criticism is valid? I've seen a lot of people saying he cost you guys Real and he was poor against Chelsea. Has he had a bad season?
What?
Marvin, I don't.
He was the best player against one of the best players against Chelsea.
Yeah, and cost us against Real. I mean, if they're gonna harp on the missed shot that he had, no, because they're probably harping on the one in front of net where it's guyed over.
Yeah, but I mean, Messi.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree.
I mean,
but
Messi missed the penalty of the World Cup. Took him out of Argentina. Does that make him bad?
Good point. Good point.
You just, I guess,
Marvin. I don't think so. I don't agree with the criticism of KDB.
Yeah. I hear his argument, but I think the advice I'll give Buake, I think he's Ghanaian. My brother, welcome. The advice I would give to us football fans: we need to look at football differently. And unfortunately, it's now become a zero-sum game because of Twitter. Right? You need to look at the good moments and the bad moments and the context in order to enjoy. If not, we will never enjoy the game. You know, if you lose, you get trolled. If you win, you troll. That's not what we enjoyed as football fans growing up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're always, you can't win everything. To go get out against Madrid when Madrid are parking the bus and behave like Sheffield United is not a bad thing. Yeah. To do a double nobody's done the Madrid you're talking about have never done a treble.
No, they've never done a treble.
They've never done a treble.
Real Madrid.
And then to expect us to go again and do a double treble, just close football. Just shut it down.
Let you know what? Let me do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. One second. I got to do this. And rivals, other than City fans, actually, other than Real Madrid.
Max, can you earmuff it for me? We are going to get so.
Real Madrid, earmuff this. Real Madrid, you have 14 UCLs. You've had 14 chances at a treble. City made it to their second UCL final and got a treble. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. That's all I'm going to say. 14 chances at a treble, 2 chances, and we got it on the second try. All right? That's all I'm going to say. Now, we've got this. We've got to talk about this. So let me do this. Vader game. We're not top of the league, guys. We are not top of the league. It is currently Arsenal, 74 points. Liverpool, 74 points. Manchester City, 73 points. The closest at fourth is Aston Villa with 66. I don't think that they're in the mix to contest for top 3. The goal differential currently is 51 for Arsenal, 43 for Liverpool, 44 for us. Goal differential could play a factor. It may. But the most important thing that we want to keep in mind, and I'll start the timer here, is we're third in the standings, but we're also a game behind. And games are being played today. So Chelsea and Arsenal play today. So there'll be 2 games up. Potentially, they'll be 4 points ahead of us instead of just the 1. Liverpool play Everton. And I believe they play on Thursday. We play Wednesday. No, we play Thursday. They play Wednesday. So both of those clubs, Arsenal and Liverpool, could be 4 points up before we play Brighton. What's the stress level for you guys out of 10? Martin, what's your stress at out of 10?
1.
Whoa. This is Liverpool. They've challenged us 2 years, only off by 1 point. This is Arsenal. They led the league for 93% last year. They have the potential of being 4 points up on us with 2 games in hand for us. Your stress level is at 1.
Yep.
But please.
No stress. No, not stress one little bit.
Why is that?
Listen, City win their 6 games for champions. I don't care what others do.
Okay.
But ball's in our court. If we do it, we'll win champions. If we don't, we've had a damn good go.
Okay.
Told you about flap if we don't win the league.
No, I hear
I'm not
you.
going to do this. Oh my God, let's flop because we don't win a league.
I'm with you. Let me ask Gunalorian, what's your stress level at if it happens to be Liverpool and Arsenal 4 points ahead, 2 games
I'm at
in hand?
0.
Oh my goodness.
Because I mean, to Martin's point, there's nothing to prove, mate. Wait, you just want to treble.
No,
And
but
you're in the
guys,
FA Cup final.
okay. Let me rephrase. What's the stress level at the chance of winning the 4-peat?
The 4-peat?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
Because I mean, the only club that I would say that may challenge us, is probably Liverpool. I don't think Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal beat Tottenham, United, and Arsenal. They're gonna drop points one of those 3 games.
Okay.
Right? I just don't see it. You know, we have Brighton, we have Tottenham away. Okay, West Ham, Wolves. So Liverpool is the only one I think that has an easier run than probably likewise with us. Maybe they have Villa, which is a tough one away, which is going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
But have they qualified for Champions League? Are they gone? There's lots of things going to happen because of the Tottenham and the Villa situation, right? That's all going to play a role. One of those 2 clubs is going to play a role in who wins the title this season. One of those 2 clubs, Villa and Tottenham. We've beaten Villa. They're taking points off Arsenal. Villa going to play Liverpool. We all have to play Tottenham 3. All 3 have to play Tottenham. So one of those 2 clubs is going to be the one that takes points away from each other.
Here's a question to you, Beta. Do you think Liverpool and Arsenal win all their games?
Ooh. No, I don't think they win all their games.
Okay. So why are you stressed?
I didn't say I was stressed. I was just.
You sound stressed.
No, I was just asking a question. Because
we're going to have 2 games in hand. By the time we play Thursday, we'll have 2 games in hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So if Arsenal and Liverpool drop, we can potentially afford to drop somewhere.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. Yeah. I don't think.
When have City lost 2? When was the last time City lost 2 games out of 6?
But should we be looking at it that way? Because I don't like doing this. I don't like bringing this up, but the last time we lost was a very long time ago. Right? The last time we lost
29 games. 29 games unbeaten.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm stressing. I'm not saying, guys. I'm not saying I'm stressing.
29 games unbeaten.
That's insane, Martin.
That's crazy.
And by the way, before anyone comes at me, because they will, you got beat by Real Madrid. No, we lost the tie, not the match.
Lost the tie. Yeah.
Massive difference.
Yeah, and funny enough, like rivals don't understand that, which is hilarious to me. As much as they've been watching football.
Well, according to FIFA, even by FIFA, if you go on penalties, it's not a loss. In the game, it's actually a tie, but you lost on penalties. That's why,
exactly.
The same reason why a goalkeeper doesn't get a red card. They have a double yellow. Or it's 2 yellows.
Listen, a Manchester City team out on their feet, and I mean mentally out on their feet, physically out on their feet, and now in the FA Cup final. So on our worst day, we still win.
Yeah.
And you want me to be stressed with 6 games?
I'm not saying.
No, thank you.
I'm not saying I want you to be stressed. Viewers, please, in the comments, did I say that Martin and Gundo should have been stressed? No, I just asked the question. Now, we have an opportunity to just handle our business and win the league. The reason why I kind of asked those questions, and again, there's a lot of probabilities, there's a lot of computations, but the fact that Martin just brought it up, 29 games unbeaten. Now that would mean add 6 to 29. That would mean that we would go 35 games unbeaten.
Longest unbeaten run in about 6-7 years.
Yeah. Again, I put this up earlier. I'm going to bring it back. Where is it? Toughest title race, and we're chasing history. We're chasing history with a potential unbeaten streak. We're chasing history for this four-peat. We're chasing history because a double back-to-back has not happened. So much to be so prideful of this team, of these players, of a relentlessness from not only club and player but also fan base. Here's the thing that I wanted to talk about, and I didn't.
You're nearly getting me on a rant. You're nearly about me to start my rant here, mate.
Hey, if it's there, it's there. If it's there, it's there. I'm gonna do this so that everyone's nice and clean and understand. Mark, thanks for being on the show. He says hello.
No, he's trolling. He's trolling right now.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, I think the hate is fine. The love for your club is fine. I don't expect anything different. We're going to have opposing views on who we want to win it. I think for the sake of football, I think the best thing in football is for City to win this. I think rivals take a second, and I did this last week. All right? United fans, earmuff this. You're not going to want to hear this. But because you have the Manchester City fan base, and yes, you guys think that this is a fake humble, but it is a real humble. It's our DNA. It's how we are. All right? If we were to win this four-peat, we're not reminding you every day. We're not in your faces every day about we're the biggest club, about we're the most successful. No, we're going to take our win and we're going to move. We're going to accept it. We're going to move. We're going to celebrate amongst ourselves. Martin, don't do this. We're going to celebrate amongst ourselves. Now, when you have United that keep, and until we won the treble last season, would have been the first thing they would have told you if you were to talk about any current season. If you having success, all United fans would do is like, we won the treble. That was their default. In case of emergency, break glass, we won the treble. They can't do that anymore, right? So now, if City were to win this four-peat, United fans would be on mute. Mark, you should want City to win this four-peat. Shut up, United fans. You go on to win it next season, all right? And then all is peaceful. All is peaceful in the garden of football. All right, in the garden of football, all would be peaceful. That's what I want to say. I'm not putting up your comment. I am not putting up your comment. Now, let me also do this. Vader game. Now, kind of spoke about it a little bit, and thank you. I'm looking at 17 likes right now on the video. I'm happy with it. I'm appreciative. Who am I to say I want more? I see 54 of you interacting, whether it's on Twitter, X, or YouTube. If you haven't, hit that like button. If you haven't subbed, do that as well. Vader Games TV. This is my 100th episode. This is my 100th episode. I'm trying to do things a little organized. You got the flow. You see the transition. You know when the topics change. I'm constantly improving. I got fantastic guests in Gundelorian Pitch Points as well as Martin Mancunian Way. Both of their channel descriptions are in my channel description. Sorry, both of their channel details are in my channel description. Please click on that. Support them. We have to talk about Arsenal face Chelsea. Liverpool face Everton. We face Brighton. I'm going to start the timer just now. What are you expecting? Anything in the comments? Let me know. Are you expecting anything from Chelsea versus Arsenal based off of what you saw versus City? Are you expecting anything from Everton versus Liverpool? Let me know in the comments. Martin, I'm asking you first. What do you think in this Arsenal Chelsea game?
It's an intriguing one. Because Chelsea are on a decent run, they're playing all right. No Cole Palmer, you know. Sorry. What's his name now? Cole Messer, Cole Neymar, Cole Bergkamp. I don't know what we call him anymore. No, but Arsenal look tired as well to me. Arsenal look tired. Watch that Wolves game back. They were not the rip-roaring souls.
Yeah,
and
some want to say that
Arteta's not changing. He's playing Saka till he's, we go on about Rodri, but Saka's been absolutely driven into the ground.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. He's a constant.
It's a weird one this tonight because could I see Chelsea getting out with a point? Yeah. Could I see Arsenal turning Chelsea over? Yeah. I could see everything that could possibly happen tonight because it comes at this stage. For me, it's not about performances. It's about mentality. It's your mental capacity now. This is the last 100 meters.
Yeah.
Who's going to be on the sprint and who's going to be having the wobble?
Good point. Good point.
Same
What
with
about-
Liverpool, Everton. It's a derby.
Yeah, not yet. Gundo, what are you thinking? I know you interact with many Chelsea fans. You kind of hear some of the behind the scenes, whether their confidence is high or low. What do you think of Chelsea and Arsenal?
Oh, I think Martin is spot on. First, I don't care. It's irrelevant to me.
Okay.
In terms of, because we just need to do our job.
Yeah.
The target should be 91 points for us with 6 games left in the season.
By the way, that's actually more points than last season that we could achieve, but apparently we're having a crap season. Sorry, I had to throw that one in.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So just go to Brighton, win your game, irrelevant what Arsenal do. So I'll tell you, if you win your game on Thursday, the pressure is on Arsenal because now they know that they have to go to Spurs and they have to get a result. They can't drop points.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. Liverpool, on the other hand, Liverpool's different. Liverpool will probably beat Everton because Everton are really horrible.
Yeah.
So that becomes the X factor, right? The hidden shadow, if you would.
But you've got some good intel, like again, because you've got
Chelsea
some
fans. Chelsea fans on my WhatsApp group. They're 50-50. They're not quite sure who's going to turn up.
Okay.
Especially with this about if Cole Palmer's out. I don't know if he's confirmed.
Yeah.
Then they're like, they're not too sure.
Fair.
But it's a London derby. I expect Chelsea to give them a fight, to respect themselves. After all,
it's at the Bridge, right? It's at
after all, there is
it's Emirates.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
But don't forget, there is European football on the line here. Right? The other avenue for European football was the FA Cup. That's gone now.
Yeah.
So if they don't qualify, if they don't finish higher, let's say 6th or 7th in the league, they have no European football next year again. And don't forget, there's more revenue.
They're only 3 points off, right? They're only 3 points off United.
Yeah. I believe
This is one of their games in hand.
Ooh, that's gross.
So they need the win.
United are bummy.
They need the win, or Chelsea are going to be in some needy trouble.
Correct.
So Chelsea need this.
They need it.
Yeah, financially as well, right? Because of what it means.
They need it badly.
They're in serious doo-doo.
Yikes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
now,
they need this. They really, really need it. Because after this, they have Villa as well, right, Martin?
Let me take a look real quick. Yeah.
Chelsea or Arsenal?
Chelsea. Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea play away at Aston Villa next. Yeah. And then they play at home versus Spurs, and then at home versus what? Ooh,
Yeah. They could be cooked. They could be cooked.
Ooh, London battles. That's actually kind of hype. All right.
Yeah. So they
I'm more confident. Chelsea do better against the bigger clubs than they do the smaller clubs, and I don't know why. It's a really weird. Look at Chelsea's results; they struggle against the lesser teams. Well, when it comes to the top 6, top 7, I don't know why they turn up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's part of their heritage. I just want to shout out those of you in the comments. Just know, I
as if you just use that word.
I've been trying to do the shows, ending them at 1:15, an hour and 50 minutes. I'm not able to do that today. I've got fantastic guests, and I do want to continue talking about Liverpool, Everton, as well as City, Brighton. So we're going to extend the show a little longer. But yes, I do typically want to end the shows at 1:15. I'm embracing the 1:15. You haters, you rivals cannot do anything to me with this 1:15. It does not hurt me anymore. I embrace that number. I see that number everywhere I go now. Gas is, well, for me, we do liters. Gas is, I fill up my tank when it's 1:15. Everything I'm doing 1:15, so I'm embracing it. Mark,
I'm upset about the new shirt, by the way. Instead of putting 016 on the new shirt, I should have put 115 on. So,
I was saying, based off of the sketches or the leaked images, I think I'm buying all 3 jerseys next season.
I'm not buying the home one. It's hanging. Sorry.
I need to see. I think there's a more detail that doesn't show up on the digital or what they're showing. I think there's going to be a little more detail. I think. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll talk about jerseys. Now I'm gonna restart the clock. Shirts. Oh my gosh. let me reset this and use the timer for Liverpool Everton, and I'm gonna start with you, Gunlorian. Liverpool and Everton.
I think Liverpool's going to win. I don't see what Everton's going to do unless there's a miracle.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
I think that game is going to be boring, to be honest with you. Like that's one where you're like, I'll set my app for notifications, but I'm not wasting time watching this game. That's tomorrow. What's the ooh?
I'm looking forward to the Everton. I am looking forward to this game.
Why? Why is that?
I enjoy derbies. I enjoy derbies. I think it just adds that little bit more spice to the game. It's that Goodison. Everton are fighting for the damn lives.
Yeah, they are.
Fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
So I could see Everton getting a sneaky draw out of
that. I'd be extremely surprised. Extremely surprised. For those of you in the comments, we play Brighton on Thursday. So doing the quick maths, that game for you guys is at 8:00. For me, it's at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So
yeah, 8:00 and then 4:30 on Sunday.
Yeah, and I appreciate everyone for tuning in. The love is tremendous. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I know broken records don't exist anymore. I'm showing my age, but I'm going to repeat myself. Please hit that like button if you can. Share this channel if you can. Subscribe if you haven't. Hopefully I'm beyond the 500 subs. Let me take a quick look. It hasn't refreshed. But if you can, sub to the channel, be a part of the journey. Now, if you guys think Martin's excited, he's interested in watching what Everton do in the Liverpool game, I'm concluding it's going to be a win. Liverpool is winning on. So this is going to be 4 points for both clubs. We'll have a game in hand playing on Thursday against Brighton. What, if you were to guess, what strength of team do you think you see versus Brighton? I'll start with you, Gundo.
Full strength.
Full strength. Okay.
There's nothing else to do.
Full strength. If everybody's available, can I ask you if everyone's available? Who's your full strength?
That's.
Nah, give it.
I'll tell you my
healthy. Yeah, everybody's healthy.
I'm doing. It's very simple, right? I'm doing Jack, Erling, Jeremy, front three.
Jack, Erling, Jeremy. Okay.
Front three.
Yeah.
I'm doing Phil and De Bruyne.
Yeah. Okay.
Double tens.
Yeah.
I'm doing Rodri and Bernardo.
Okay.
I'm doing Ake, Josko, Ruben.
That's too many. No, you got too many now.
Wait, hold on, right? I'm doing Kevin and De Bruyne, 2 10s, right? I'm gonna play Rodri and Bernardo double six.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can't do.
And then my back four, right? I'm doing Akanji. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing Diaz. I'm doing Ake and Josko.
Ake and Josko. Okay, so wait, who's your front two then?
Front three: Jack, Erling, Jeremy.
Okay, so you got 3, but you mentioned 4 in the midfield.
You got too many in the midfield.
Yeah, you're gonna have to drop one.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I have a headache. Sorry. I have a headache. Oh shit. I'm doing.
Yeah, it's tough. Gundo, this is what I'm saying. I don't know who to use.
Not tough for me.
Oh, here
not
we
tough
go.
For me.
Oh, it's not tough for Martin.
Then
here we go.
What you're gonna have to do is very simple. You're gonna have to drop Jeremy and play Bernardo.
No. I'd drop Bernardo.
You'll have your time, Martin. Relax.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. It's either Bernardo or Jeremy, one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the chat, let me know if you have. Let me know what your front 3 would be. Let me know what your midfield would be. Not all 11. Don't give me all 11, but let me know what your front 3 may be. What your midfield may be. Okay, Martin. Martin said, "Oh, this is easy. I know what I would do." All right, full strength. If you had everybody available, who you starting versus Brighton?
Edison, Kyle Walker, Kanja, Diaz, Gavardio, Rodra, KDB, Phil Foden, Doku on the right, Jack on the left, Haaland in the middle. Done.
Ooh, full strength, no Bernardo Silva. Full strength, no John Stones.
No,
Okay.
because I think John Stones is struggling at the minute. So I wouldn't. I'd play Stones for Sunday.
Okay. Because now we play 3 days later, right? So we play
Yeah,
Thursday.
you've no chance of getting John Stones out on ball. If you are, you're being really silly. Because
Yeah.
I know he's been playing with painkilling injections. He was vomiting on the pitch on Saturday. Just give the guy, because Akanji's been our best defender all season, so I can't drop him.
Mm.
But Walker's now decided he's Pep's finally told him to stop bombing up forward and just be a right back, which is actually helpful.
Finally.
All right. My chat's moving a little mad. Do I need what's going on here, guys?
And I'm not being all beta, but as much as he scored the goal on Saturday, I think this has been Bernardo's worst season in a while. There's something not quite mentally there with him at the minute. And maybe he's tired, I don't know. He just doesn't seem the same. And Doku on the right and Grealish on the left excites the hell out of me. Excites the hell out of me. Because you've got the combination of pace, power with control and dynamism on each side. You can mix it up, and I want to see it. What I saw against Villa, I want that again with Haaland in the middle. Haaland will feast if you give him balls in like that.
And Martin, they can swap. Jack and Jeremy can swap.
Exactly.
They can swap.
And I don't mean that's not. I'm going to go at Bernardo, but it's just he just seems off at the moment. I don't know if he's carrying a knock or he's mentally drained. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I think I'm getting a little bit of play for the moments type vibes from Bernardo instead of that consistency that we were kind of getting from him. But you could be absolutely right. It might be he's carrying something and playing through it. He's obviously going to be needed. The remaining games, these remaining games, we're going to need everybody and to be dialed in. But I'm not mad with him being dropped. I also think it's interesting that when we think of fully fit and the 11 that we want to play, to then also consider, well, who do we want to bring on to change the game? That's something that we sometimes not take into consideration. But it will be a question moving forward when I do ask, what's your starting 11? Then, okay, who would be your first impactful sub if we were chasing the game, or who would be your first impactful sub to see the game out? But no, I really like what both of you had to say. Now, I'm going to be taking this off Twitter X right now. I'm going to be dropping. I want to have some exclusive conversations that's only going to take place on the YouTube channel. So all of you watching on Twitter X, you won't be able to hear the remaining combo. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for interacting. But if you are to hear the last little bit, you're going to have to go over to YouTube and hear this conversation. So let me just remove this real quick. And we will continue on. Now, let me also take this off. Now, guys, I think we need to talk about am I wrong to think that the fan base are acting like winning is easy? Am I wrong?
I'm going to mute.
No, Martin, we have to have the conversation. We're pursuing something that hasn't been done before. We're pursuing something that has been impossible. A four-peat has been impossible. And unfortunately, I'm interacting with, whether it's fan bases, whether it's rivals, whether it's our fans listening to rivals, I don't know. But winning is not easy to do. And I'm hearing and I'm interacting with a lot that are like, we're performing poorly. We're not, this isn't Manchester City. What's happening to our club? Where I'm like, there's no guarantees on winning. The Real Madrid exit, there was a lot of overreacting. And I don't know if you've had to calm any people down, Martin or Gundalorian. I don't know if you've had to give a different perspective, but
I
don't know.
After the Madrid, I didn't even pay any attention to the noise. I just didn't. because deep in my heart, I know what this team did.
Mm.
They're incredible. I mean, I walk around lots of coaches and lots of people. There's a guy who coaches with me. He's a United fan.
Okay.
Okay, he guy's a United fan. I mean, like a core United fan. He came up to you and said, "Listen, I'm a United fan, but only one team deserved to win that day in the Champions League. Only one team did."
Mm.
He said, he said, quote, "I can't believe that Real Madrid were acting like Sheffield United, parking the bus. If Madrid begin to play like that, what does football become?" Even discussing with Vilton, who's a friend of mine, he's a Madrid fan, and I say, "Listen, dude, you know that what Ancelotti did at the Etihad was a disgrace to football. It's a disgrace to your badge."
Mm.
Would Zidane park the bus? With those players, those players that played for Madrid, would R9 park the bus? They wouldn't.
Yeah.
They're not doing that stuff. And for Ancelotti to come out and say that's the only way to beat City is to park the bus, he should be ashamed of himself. So for me, I held my head up high.
But so when you have that perspective, but this is where I'm like, why are our fans not understanding that when you have a team as good as that playing that way, there shouldn't be the meltdown.
Because Victor, unfortunately, we have ingested a lot of, and it's funny me saying this, a lot of quote unquote new fans who don't understand context, don't understand the game, the real game of how the game is played in terms of the history and the suffering and the background and what it means to be at this level and to win the game and to try. It's all about zero sum, win or lose. If we don't win, Pep is shit. All the players are shit. If we win, he's the best thing since sliced bread. It's all fueled by Twitter nonsense and media BS. That's what's going on. And unfortunately, a lot of people just pay attention to that stuff instead of taking it with a grain of salt. To recognize that this team, unbeaten in 29, with all the injuries, still white fighting in the FA Cup final, with a chance to win a 4th Premier League title, right? Has Madrid ever won 4 La Ligas on the bounce in the modern era? Or Barcelona?
No.
The only club in Europe that's done that is Bayern Munich. And we know about what German Bundesliga is, right? We know what the quality is like. But to do it in England with the Liverpool side and an Arsenal side that are doing well, it's incredible. It's incredible. And then being the FA Cup final, with a chance to win a double, it's just incredible. If the standards are treble every single year, get your head examined.
Thank you.
Then get your head examined.
Thank you. And I'm going to try and voice this as much as I can, but there's also the nature of sport. And the nature of sport is to compete. And this is when I sit down and I listen to the press conferences. I listen to what Pep has to say. And to your point, when you're able to get the information that you do being on the inside as well, like sometimes you can have the right plan. You can decide on the right 11, but you're playing against another set of 11. You're playing against another manager that's trying to get results. Sometimes you could have played well. You could have played to your ability and you lose on the day. The one thing I never wanted of our fans is to be like, I remember when type conversations or benchmarks, or we talked about it a little earlier when they were referring to when we were in our super best form closing out the season last year, to be like, this is the standard that the club needs to be at all the time. I've learned to kind of shield that away a little bit, and I'm gonna always voice against it when I can. But this season in particular, I'm very appreciative because I know how difficult even pursuing a four-peat has been. I know how difficult it is to have a target on our back with regards to every club playing against us because we're champions. We're not just English champions, we're European champions. And we're not just European champions, we won the FA. Like, they want to take all those things away from us. So I really hope that things kind of level set again, and the fans kind of understand how difficult it is to win just in general. Arsenal, despite their past failures, they're a good club. Like, they're just as deserving of competing for the title as us. We only face each other twice, so they can handle their business. They just need to be better than the rest of the league if they happen to face against us, right? We need to be better against the rest of the league. Same goes for Liverpool. We can't move with arrogance. We can't do that. And Martin, how much of a battle do you have with regards to kind of keeping level heads or keeping grounded some of the fans that you interact with?
Every day.
Mm.
Every day of every hour. And because I've been positive this year, it has led, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
I've been called a mank twat. Local supporters like you are the reason City will never be a huge club like Real Madrid. Get off YouTube, get off Twitter, blah, blah, blah. You know, the usual lovely stuff that I've had all this season. Whether we like this or we not, I'm going to be straight and I'm going to be honest. We said a long time ago, no matter how successful we become, we'd never want to become Man United fans. Now, the reason that was said was because United moved with arrogance and self-entitlement, and they had a right to just turn up and floor everyone 5-0. And that was, we were going to move with a little bit of humbleness, humanity, and just be a little bit more, you know, because this could all end tomorrow. Sort of thing. Yeah. And sadly, that's gone by the wayside now. Now, I fully appreciate, I'm back on the other side, there are some fans who are under 20 years old who have seen nothing but success. So when a little bit of a failure happens, they don't know how to deal with it. I understand that. I do see it from that point of view. But from my own personal point of view, when I've seen us, I'm sorry, I'm going to sound like the old dinosaur here. I apologise for that, but I can't fully apologise because it's what I know. When I've seen us get beat by York and Wycombe Wanderers, I can't sit there and go, oh, not winning a treble is a failure. I can't sit there and call challenging for a league a failure. I can't do this.
Now in the context of failing to achieve that goal, I get it. But in terms of a failure of a season journey, of a fan's journey, no, it's not. It's not.
But the thing is, have you not noticed this? And Carl, we've spoken about this privately. I've never seen so many of our own players attacked so much than what they have had this season. I can list you 10 players that have been personally attacked by their own fan base. I have seen City fans boo players off in games.
That's crazy.
I have seen things, you know, we beat United 3-1. Well, we conceded a goal. It's not a computer game.
What's crazy is you look at the results. Even if you want to look at individual performances, it hasn't gone to that. It hasn't gone to that point. And for those reactions to be happening now, I'm not to say that I'm fearful, because I think if you have us, that we continue to voice, whether it's on these platforms, whether it's on Twitter X in the spaces, I think we can do our part. And I said this to was it Alan? No, I didn't say it to Alan. Maybe it might have been Rich. I can't remember. But I had said, like, we can't become quiet. Andy, it was to Andy. I was like, no, we can't. Just because a generation is going to be loud, it doesn't mean that we can't be just as equally loud with a different perspective. Because
what it is,
we go quiet. When we go mute, when we go quiet, then that becomes the more consistent voice, and that becomes the norm. So
it's like Ireland this year. I'm going to use him as an example.
Okay.
We are the only fan base, and I'm not speaking for everyone here. We are the only fan base who begs for a world superstar. We get the world superstar, and 18 months down the road, some of us are trying to get him out the door. Have I missed quota? I understand, yes, he needs to improve in one or two aspects. He's 23. He's scored 31 goals and 7 assists in a season where he's been injured for 2 or 3 months, lost his grandma. I'm sorry, who he was very close to. And we sit there and we try and pull him apart.
Yeah.
We've done it with Jack. We've done it with Doku. We've done it with Gavardio. We've done it with Nunes. We've done it with Kovacic. We've even done it with Edison. Is there, by the way, 2 weeks ago, KDB's too old and we need to take him out back. What is going on? Have I missed something? Did I miss the memo? Are we bottom of the league? Here's the fact is, when Arsenal was scoring and winning games 8-0, 6-0, etc., etc., who are the league's top goal scorers? This is my whole point. What is this narrative that's come out? Stop. Too many people are listening to idiots like Roy Keane and all these ex-pros who are coming out because they're looking at football like it was 20 years ago. And I said this, Andy Cole, Alan Shearer, Ruud van Nistelrooy would not work as a striker in today's football. Because football is very different. I did not see Alan Shearer coming back to the halfway line, challenging 3 players, laying the ball off, making a run back. No, I never saw Andy Cole do that. I never saw Dwight York do that. What is this?
No, I hear it.
Sorry, I don't mean to rant, but it winds me up.
The rant's fine, and sometimes it just needs to be said. And here's the thing. I'm not getting ahead of these things because I'm still in the moment. I'm still going game by game. I still want this season to be what we all want it to be. I want it to be that 4P. Now, when we get through that, I only pray. I pray for the patience and strength for this summer transfer window and then the rumor mill to start back up again. But we're going to deal with that when the time comes. I want to thank each and every one of you that have been a part of the show and part of the conversation. You've interacted with regards to these topics. You've been in the comments. You've hit that like button. Much appreciated. Over 17 likes with regards to the show. I'm way over time, but the conversation was needed. And I'm going to continue to do this with regards to interactions with you on YouTube, on Twitter, X when possible. Thank you all for interacting with me today. The 100th episode. This is the newest Why Always Me, episode 100. City win versus Chelsea. 1-0. We take it. We move. Liverpool and Arsenal are top of the league. Are they applying pressure? From a level standpoint, Martin Gunlorian said 1, if anything. 1 out of 10 in terms of feeling any pressure. We've got a game against Brighton. We're going to handle business. Today, Chelsea, Arsenal. Tomorrow, Liverpool, Everton, and we on Thursday. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank all of the mods. I want to thank all of the comments. Very, very appreciative. Thanks for being a part of the show. And I'm Vader Games, Gunlorian, Mancuniway. If any of you have any shows up and coming, you want to let the people know before we close out?
Not for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Martin.
Sorry, no, go on, Carl. I'm shut, mate.
No, I think I'm just so busy with my football right now. It's tough for me to do shows. Frankly, weekends. It's just difficult. I have 3 or 4 games a week. It's just insane. So yeah, I'll chill for now. I'll come on your shows, do whatever I can to help support.
Awesome. So yeah, you're gonna get some exclusive features. Gunlorian being able to pop on the Mancuniway, True City fan. And they co-broadcast with Pitch Points, and hopefully I'm able to get in here on the game TV as well.
We're actually live tonight, 9:30, where we'll preview Brighton. If you boys want to come on, I'll send invites. 9:30 tonight, where we're going to be doing the Brighton preview, plus, because it is St. George's Day today, we will be doing a all-time England 11.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's great.
Okay.
Just to go with the old theme of St. George's Day. Now, I know not everyone's English, but obviously we're...
It's a history lesson, though.
Yeah, no, that'd be quality.
Thought we'd do it. There will be some City plays in there, but we've got no history and no legends.
You know what? So you're doing an all-time English 11?
English 11 and English City 11.
English City 11. Okay. All right. Cool.
So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, make sure you tune in and check that out. I'm gonna shut things down. Love as always. Comments much appreciated, and we are out.